An investigation has been launched in the Urals after nearly 250 fetuses were found in dumped plastic barrels.
The local police are currently checking all medical institutions in the area to find out where they could have come from. Primetime's Lindsay France joins us now with more on this story. Lindsay, if you can hear me okay, just first of all tell us how these barrels were discovered.
Actually, they were found, according to media reports, by mushroom pickers in a ravine near the Ural Mountains. Now, it looks as if when these 4 50-liter blue barrels were thrown into the ravine, the top popped off the barrels, and that is when the fetuses were found in and around, scattered around them. Now, in size, they look like they're about half the size of a human palm. They've actually been sent to an area morgue where they have been studied, and it's found that they are no older, according to preliminary reports, no older than 12 weeks. So that's what these people out, enjoying nature came upon, are these 4 huge barrels with human fetuses in them. It was very shocking.
Lindsay, an investigation is currently going on. Have we seen any results so far?
Well, yeah, so far the investigators came in, got footage, as you can see, and they identified where these fetuses actually came from, because when they were scattered around, it could be seen that on each fetus was a tag. On that tag was a last name and some sort of code that indicated that each of these came from one of 3 or 4 different medical facilities. Now, it's since been found out that these came from medical facilities in Ekaterinburg. And if you take into consideration the size of these fetuses, it doesn't appear at this point that these were illegal abortions. These fetuses were extracted from the mother sometime this summer, and they were under the 12-week mark. So the liability at this point, according to investigators, appears to be with the company who contracts to get rid of their these facilities' biomedical waste. One of the problems is that waste like this should never be in a blue container. The law says it should be in a completely different container with a large yellow label on it. It's biomedical waste. These were in household waste containers for things like paper. And so that's a major violation of the law, and it could go into a criminal investigation if it's found that these fetuses, there was an attempt to traffic these fetuses into stem cell use for cosmetics and pharmacology in that way. So investigators are still looking at a pretty steep hill to climb to find out why they were disposed of in such a haphazard way.
I find this a truly horrible story. It seems such a disrespectful thing to do, and I find it, well, there must be laws that have been broken here, surely, I would think. But just take us through the situation regarding the laws and abortions in Russia.
Well, according to official statistics, there are around 1 million legal abortions undertaken every year. Now, the government says that looks like it's probably, the reality is probably about 5 or 6 times that amount. Here's why. If an abortion is undertaken under 12 weeks, it's perfectly legal all over the country. Now, if an abortion is only legal between 12 and 22 weeks, if a woman if she's willing to say on record that she was raped, or if she's willing to claim that she cannot financially support the child that will come from this pregnancy. After 22 weeks, it's illegal to have an abortion, except in cases where the mother's health is in danger. So that's the criteria for abortion in Russia. Now, it has been found out that none of these fetuses were older than 12 weeks. So they appear at this point to have been legally aborted if it was done in an official healthcare facility. The question is, what is happening to these stem cell rich fetuses after that? And that's something the investigators are going to be looking into for some time to come.
We'll keep you updated here on Primetime. Our correspondent Lindsay France, thank you very much.